managers often talk about breaking down barriers and kind of getting over hurdles that have not been crossed for some time. You've mentioned 2009 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah.
How important is it to kind of make that leap, to make that step forward for this team and for your Arsenal?
Well, those things I think generate belief, and what we did with Porto in the manner that you've done it. If you want to overcome those hurdles in this competition, you're gonna have to have magic moment, a certain stage, a certain moment in the competition, in the tie. Something exceptional has to happen. It has to go your way. You have to generate that momentum, and in order that to happen, you need to make it happen. And it's not gonna come, and you have to provoke that, and we'll try that to happen.
That magic moment that you talk about, is that made easier by an atmosphere, by a Champions League night?
Certainly helps, I think, with the atmosphere that we have in our stadium, the energy that they created, the support, the positivity that we had against Porto. You could sense it, that is an extra thing that you have that the opponent doesn't have, and tomorrow we have to feel that from the first whistle.
When you played against Bayern before, and you played against the big teams like AC, how much are you playing the team and how much are you playing the heritage and history of the team? And Pep would talk about the experience and the competition of being able to kind of deal with these teams, even if they weren't playing well, you had to beat them because they've got a pedigree that you don't have. How much of that is the key tomorrow night?
We don't know how much, but obviously they have the experience. They have gone through a lot of those moments, and that's in their history. And we are now creating a new history, and that's why those moments that we had through the group stages, or qualifying first, and now what we did with Porto is really important because it generates belief and it generates a sense of positivity in the team that when this moment comes, we can overcome it and actually go through.
Sam?
I think I might know the answer. Have you spoken to Granit?
Great question, but no, I haven't.
You were a player at the time of those 5-1s. Obviously, you didn't play in all of the games, but as someone within the squad, within the club, what did you feel then the difference was between the two teams, and how sort of hard was it to cope with those?
Really hard, because when you get to those stages of the competition and the scoreline reflects such a difference, it was a really painful one. That's many years ago, and that's in the back. But yeah, it was difficult to swallow.
Do those sort of experiences, have they played a part in the team you've built and the way you sort of manage now?
It's very different, because as a player manager, obviously you have a very different role and task ahead of you. You just try to shape and prepare the team in the best possible way that you think is going to help the players to perform the best way.
Nick?
Hi.
Talking again about the times when you faced Bayern, because obviously there was that period, middle of last decade, when you seemed to get them almost every year, I think. When you're standing on the pitch and looking at players like Lahm, Kroos, Ribery, Schweinsteiger, Robin, Neuer, all of them, do they have a special aura about them? What did you see when you looked across the halfway line at the start?
They did, and when you look at Milan as well, but that's what your colleague was discussing before as well, is that presence and that security as well that they transmit within their body language, because they've done it and they have the reassurance they can do it again, and that's really important. On that teams as well, they have some world champions, and yeah, they were tough.
How do you develop that aura as
winning? I think winning and being more sure about yourself and with experience for sure.
And just on the 5-1 results, I know they get talked about a lot and they're not so relevant to tomorrow, but would it be nice just to put that to bed by winning this tie?
Well, it's a lot of history. That's their history, and they have earned it. We have to create our own one.
Okay, last two now. We'll go Jordan, son.
You talk about creating your own history and how big a night it is. How important is it? Because I think Arsenal fans are used to these sorts of nights. There's a lot of hope, and then the expectation falls. How important is it to live up to the expectation that you've now built?
Believe, that's the first thing, and believe that we can do it, and believe that there are going to be tough moments within the tie, and we're going to go through them together and think very positively. I think the team has given us a lot of reasons to believe in that, and certainly we're going to give it a big go.
Thomas Muller has said recently that this is a different Arsenal to the one they faced, and they're no longer just kind of easily push them aside. How tough is it? How tough has it been to remove that stigma from Arsenal, them being soft or easy to play against, or in these big games, teams like Bayern would come and expect to win?
I think that's one thing that you have to earn every single day, because if you are tough tomorrow or in 3 months' time, in a year's time, that would come back, because in football you live the day and you have to prove tomorrow what kind of person, what kind of player, your personality and your character, and you have to earn it every day. And this is elite sport, I think.
And finally, Isan.
Michael, after the 2-1 victory over Brentford, in the post-match press conference, you went straight to the Porto game, telling the fans to bring the noise. And before the game, over the tannoy, your quotes were rung around the stadium. What is it about the whipping up of the noise of the fans that you've identified as a key, crucial aspect from your press conferences all the way through to the match there?
I see the energy change in the players, their belief, their body language, actually how much they are looking forward to feel, how protected they feel. It's like a cushion there to tell them, and a wind blowing in their back saying, go for it, we are right behind you. And you can sense it when we are able to do that at home. It's extraordinary. It changes, you feel things in your body, and tomorrow we have to feel the last go on, and we have to be ready for every ball.
As a young manager sat here with a quarter-final on your doorstep tomorrow, what's that like? And looking back, do you reflect on the journey as a young manager to now get to this point? Is it a big thing for you?
For it's an unbelievable experience, such a privilege, and I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to be where I am, and the enjoyment. Probably I don't realize today how lucky I am, but I do feel it, and then an incredible desire to win. That's what I feel.
Okay, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.